Here at Hemisphere, we're excited to announce our latest builds for both GRADEMETRIX and SiteMetrics Grade. Starting on November 22nd of 2024, you can download the latest builds directly from the dealer portal or contact your Hemisphere representative for a copy. I will highlight some of the new features in this video, starting with GRADEMETRIX. This build of GRADEMETRIX will be the first build to include kiosk. This will not allow the user into the Windows environment without the use of an external keyboard. We have done this while adding some of the old Windows functionality directly into GRADEMETRIX. TeamViewer, a software that allows users to remotely control, access, and manage devices from anywhere in the world, will now be installed along with GRADEMETRIX. And you can access it from within the GRADEMETRIX software by selecting the menu button and then selecting the puzzle piece. You will see a TeamViewer button shown here. This will open a pop-up that will give you an ID and password needed for the TeamView connection. This does require an internet connection, so either make sure you have a SIM card installed or connect to a Wi-Fi network through the Network tab in Settings shown here. While in the Settings menu, this would be a good time to show you the new Grade View tab. You will have 3 selections for each view in both 3D and 2D modes. I will start with the light bar style in Plan, Section, and Profile, and change it to Slope Cut Fill. This will show me the cut fill on the left side and both my current crossfall slope shown here and the cross slope of the surface I'm currently using shown here. If I switch the setting to Cut Fill, I will now see the cut fill number for the left side of my blader bucket on the left side of the screen shown here, and the right side of my blader bucket on the right side shown here. I can also move both light bar styles to the top of the screen by selecting the light bar placement dropdown and selecting the top option. The final option for light bar style is to hide the light bar if none of the information is needed. The cut fill style shown here with the default option of single cut fill can be changed to dual cut fill to have a light bar for each side of the blader bucket, and can now also be hidden in all 2D views. We also added some auditory improvements to help the operator. If you press and hold on the light bar and switch to the Limits tab, you can now select when the audible tone will be turned on. If you don't want the display beeping at you constantly, you can just check on Enable Audio for below grade, and you'll only hear a tone when the machine is undercutting. Remember, you can change the volume or mute the display in Settings and the General tab. If you're updating an excavator to 1.81, you will need to make sure to update your bucket library. We did add a few additional measurements and a new calibration. To do this, go into Equipment Setup and select Next. For all bucket types, we added a new dimension called BL, shown here as number 9 bucket measurement. You'll need to measure from where the back of the teeth mount to the bucket to where the back of the bucket starts to round up like shown in the image. You will also need to measure the teeth if not done in the previous build. Once done with the new measurements, you will press Exit until Equipment Setup has saved. You'll also need to calibrate the bucket with a new additional calibration step for the BL dimension. To do this, make sure the bucket you want to calibrate is selected in the top toolbar, then select Menu and Calibrate Sensors. The only calibration you need to do for each bucket is bucket base and bucket. You do not need to calibrate any other sensor. I will start with the bucket base. Get the flat bottom of the bucket level and select Calibrate. Once calibrated, select Next and get the teeth plumb with the bucket pin and press Finish. Repeat this measurement and calibration routine for each bucket the machine will use. If needed, you can return to the start of this video and pause to see a full list of features and bug fixes in GRADEMETRIX 1.81.